Welcome to the Secret Recipe Podcast. I'm your host, Mz.Skittlez. All right, guys, we're on another episode of the Secret Recipe. I'm super excited because I have my girl Brittany B here, and her story is phenomenal. My goal is to find out what is the secret recipe in success with all the guests that I have sit on the couch with me. So tell me your story, because I heard you went from working at Quality Care in massage therapy, right? Something like that. And then you got a call and you just threw the whole job away. Tell me about that.
Well, not quite like that.
Okay.
But yeah, I was working like a corporate 9-to-5 job for a tech company that specialized in massages. Yes.
Okay. Good. Clarify it. Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I feel like for me, my story is basically being able to utilize my gift and allow it to make room for me.
So go through that journey, right? Like, you were working for a tech company, you were working a 9-to-5, and did you always do music? Were you always in?
Yeah, I feel like you should not be a struggling artist.
Okay.
Like, that's not giving. Like, we need to be, always I've always like been, very like hardworking, and just I always kept like a job, you know what I mean, while I was pursuing my passion. So I would work in the daytime and do my do my writing at night, go to the studio at night. And so yeah, I basically was working my 9-to-5, and I would get calls to go to different studio sessions and work and write. And yeah, now I'm like a full-time musician, and I'm just very grateful. Yeah.
So for the artist that is just now starting out, right? Like, maybe they love to sing, they love to write, but they don't even know how to get in the mix of finding the right people. Like you said, you were working your 9-to-5, but you were still in the studio at night. How did you connect with those people? How did you venture out and like, okay, this is the room that I need to be in?
I feel like networking is very, very key. I know that's probably like super cliche to say, but I definitely feel like going out and meeting people, just showing up is like step number one.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And introducing yourself and following up, with A&Rs and musicians and producers and all that stuff.
So you were working your 9-to-5. You are still doing the studio at night. You're still going, following your passion at night, which is most like most people, like, whereas we have to start with something, and then we find that passion and we utilize that passion and grow that passion until it becomes bigger than our 9-to-5, right?
Yeah.
Is that what happened to you, or?
Yeah, I feel like my regular job was kind of like, it started off as 80-20, and it started kind of slowly going from 80-20 to 70-30 to 60-40 to, really where I am now. But it didn't happen overnight.
Okay.
And I think that's what a lot of people see now on social media. They see somebody go from like, being at their mom's house to like skyrocketing to success.
Yeah.
And those are kind of few and far between. It's very possible.
Yeah.
But I feel like it takes they say it takes 10 years to be an overnight success.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So you're at the job, and then is it that a song took off, or is it that someone you met decided that it was your time? Like, what was that moment for you?
I feel like it was a lot of little things.
Okay.
I feel like it was me being consistent in my gift, right? I feel like it was meeting like-minded individuals and kind of like the right people, if you would call it. I feel like it was timing with a lot of stuff, like even just this, recently with the Grammys, winning a Grammy as a songwriter. And my first Grammy nomination was in 2017.
Wow.
So,
wow,
that space of time and me like still going, I would still go to every single Grammy, ceremony, to continuously be inspired and being like, I'm going to get another nomination. Yeah, I'm going to get another nomination. I'm going to win. So, yeah.
How did that feel? How did that feel?
Oh my God.
It's 2023. Okay, so like let's skip. So you work at a tech company.
Yes.
You're still following your passion every night.
Yes.
And what year was this when you let the job go?
Oh Lord. Probably like 2016 17 or 18, somewhere in that area.
2017.
Yeah.
You
something
get
like that.
a nomination for a Grammy.
It still had a job.
It still had a job.
Yes.
This is what people don't hear, though. Like, people think the only people that are getting nominations are the Alicia Keys, the Beyoncés, the girls, the people that have that extreme notoriety, and they're not seeing that. No, like, Brittany got a nomination. While still working it out.
Yeah, as a songwriter, I feel like, we still, it's a very multi-layered kind of like conversation with that, but I feel like it just really depends on like the type of songs you're writing, how consistently you're writing, how many placements you're getting. But, just recently, we're starting to, the copyright laws are changing, and we're able to be getting like our just dues and like, the increase in royalty rates and stuff like that too. So.
Wow. So do you want to talk about that experience, like being nominated in 2023? And did you think you guys were going to win? Can you talk about the song?
Yeah, so I worked with an incredible artist named Robert Glasper.
Okay.
And I was introduced to him through another incredible musician, Terrace Martin. And so they brought me in to basically create some records for the project. So I didn't know where these records would, land, but I just kind of went in and worked on the records, and very grateful because I ended up getting feedback from Jennifer Hudson herself.
Wow.
Saying that she loved the record and she cut it, and the rest is history.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you know at the Grammys, did y'all know that y'all were gonna win? Like, how did that process work?
I don't know. As one of the contributing, creatives to the project, I don't know.
Right.
There's a voting committee. Girl, it's a lot.
It's so much that goes into it.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
So I'm just grateful to be there.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah.
So now what's up next? Like, what do you have? What is it that you're doing? What are you most excited about?
So I have my project out that's called Ghetto Feng Shui.
Okay.
It's my album. It's my baby. And I'm super, duper, duper, duper grateful. Put a lot of hard work into it. So just promoting the album.
So you have this project out that you're super excited about.
Yes.
What adversity do you feel like you face when it comes to being in the music industry now?
Well, I feel like there's a lot of colorism in the music industry.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot.
Really?
But I feel like good music trumps all of it.
Okay.
Just be great.
Mm-hmm. And now, when you say colorism in the music industry, do you feel like it's getting better?
I feel like there's trends that happen within the music industry, entertainment industry in general.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's just about timing. But ultimately, nobody can stop what God has for you.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. I feel like nowadays, the reason why I asked you, was there a difference? So I started out in the music industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, come on, Winnie. Okay, Mz.Skittlez, come on.
About me. I started out in the music industry. No, well, I could sing, okay? I feel like if you don't use it, you lose it, No, for sure. I was literally, I came in contact with like a nice song, and I'm like, oh, let me sing this. I was like, girl, it's gone. Like, I don't feel like I can sing anymore. No, absolutely not. I don't know if I can sing that well then, but I sure cannot sing now. But yeah, I used to sing and I used to rap.
That's amazing.
So I started off in the industry, and I honestly had that same feeling. I felt like, it was very difficult. It was very, a male-dominated industry. It was kind of like, what are you doing for me to help you get to this next level in life? But now, even though I'm not in the industry, now when I look at things, I'm like, if you have good music, and if you know marketing, if you know branding,
mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what the industry leaders are saying, because you can easily put a song on TikTok, put a song on Instagram, and it's going to go viral, and your audience is going to be singing, and they're going to be demanding it with the labels, So it almost kind of trumps where back in the day it was like the gatekeepers, like you had to go through a label to even make it on the radio nowadays.
I mean, I don't know. I just have such a different outlook because every time I get discouraged, something great happens in my life, honestly. So I have to stay vibrating so high when it comes to like my career and just, you know, with the pandemic, I thought about like my legacy and I was like, what legacy am I leaving? You know, am I making music because I want to be famous and rich and all this stuff? That's great. But like, I make music because I'm great at it. I make music because it brings me joy. I make music because it's fun. There's a whole bunch of other reasons other than like making it or getting approval from gatekeepers. You know what I mean? And I know so many A&Rs and I know so many like music producers and executives, and half the time, you know, it's not them. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're just humans doing their job as well. You know what I'm saying? So I've just kind of learned to just feed the people, feed my fans, feed the believers, the people who believe in me, and like shut out all the other noise, you know? And with that, I just continue to win. Like I keep like, God keeps blessing me, and so I'm like, there must be a reason. Like, you know what I mean? Every time I want to stop, it's always a sign to keep going. So
absolutely. Yeah. But on the days when you are feeling discouraged or you have felt discouraged, what did that lead from? Was it not feeling like you were being seen enough, not feeling like you were welcome in the room? Is it not feeling like your work was being represented well? Like, what was the moment where you felt like, ugh, like again, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think that happens all the time. I think that, like, when I say that happens all the time, like, I think that we get told no every day. But if I focus on all my no's, girl, I can't focus on those, right? Like, I have to focus on my yeses. And so I get told no every day. I get, you know, like, I just had an A&R say pass on a record, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. Somebody else gonna take it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't think, like, you know, not again. I have to think like, okay, cool, next, right? Yeah. And find my yes, you know? And so I'm very, like, my mindset right now, I'm in the space of just finding my yeses. If you don't want to sign me, somebody else is going to say yes. If you don't want to do this, somebody else is going to say yes. Because it's there. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's proof. There's proof that there's more than enough to go around. More than enough blessings, opportunities, monies, bags. It's more than enough to go around. Absolutely. So I can't like focus on the people that tell me no.
Yes. For the young girls that may be watching this that have no idea what the industry is really like, what advice would you give to them?
The advice that I would give them is just to not give up. That's it. Because, you know, like Nipsey said, it really is a marathon. Yeah. You know, and if you stay at something, you will see some results from it. You know, you can't go to the gym every day and not see a muscle. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see something. You're going to see an ab. You're going to see something. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to happen. So I feel it's the same way with your craft and your gift. If you stay in it, really stay in it, stay committed, right, you will see some type of result from your hard work.
That is so good. Have you had any, like, mentors along the way? Is there someone that, like, kept you grounded and kept you fighting?
I mean, I feel like I have a lot of people who mentor me without even knowing it, right? Okay. I'm always asking for advice. I'm probably get on their nerves, calling them, being like, what? You know, I'm always like kind of talking to my friends and getting advice and just trying to get better with stuff. And I feel like I have a lot of people in my life that help me out, that feel like family. So, yeah.
Is there any book that has inspired you, that you've read, that you were like, y'all gotta read this book? This episode and conversation is powered by The Bakery Cowork, the largest female-focused co-working space for aspiring women.
There's a book by Terry Scott called The Game. And it's about the game of life.
Wow, okay.
And it's a series, and I've read it like 4 or 5 times.
Wow.
You should read that book.
Okay.
It's really insightful. It's really insightful.
Yes. If you had to give some nuggets on like self-confidence, because I think what I realized with being in the music industry is like, and being a brown girl in the music industry that doesn't have like the beautiful curly hair, right? Like, you know, like isn't perfectly shaped and doesn't have, you know, just, I don't know, like what they would say.
I mean, you know what's so crazy? I'm not gonna sit here and like lie and don't say like I don't feel the human emotions that other brown girls may feel sometimes when they see other women, right, that may be deemed by society as more beautiful or more aesthetically pleasing. But at the same time, I am me and I love myself. Yes. And there's nobody else that can be me.
Yep.
And oftentimes some of those women to me, they be want to be like me.
Yeah.
They be like, why you so confident? Why you so, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how they be. So I've learned to just like love who I am. I can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And embrace it. I'm loud. I'm confident. I be outside with my friend. You know, like I'm a tall woman. I'm a curvy woman, right? But I also see tall, curvy women winning too.
Yeah.
Right? And so again, I can't like focus on the other girls. I have to focus on what's working for me.
Yeah.
You know, use the cards that I'm dealt to make it work for me, and
yeah.
you know, like end up sitting here with your beautiful self,
Thank
you know,
girl.
on this podcast.
Thank you, and I had to fall into that as well. You know, like when I went from music to marketing and branding, I was in a whole different space.
Yeah,
and I was the girl deemed as the urban girl. Like
yeah.
I came from East Cleveland. I was an artist. All of my songs was mad ratchet, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was 17 years old and 18 years old figuring myself out.
Absolutely.
Now I'm 30 years old and I walk into space and they're like, oh, you're hurt. And I had to understand that where I am now is not where I was then.
Yeah.
And make them understand that this is me now. You're going to respect this me. We about to sign this 7-figure deal like this. Not the girl that you seen on YouTube. Not the girl that you seen in her teen days acting a fool. This is a whole new me.
Absolutely.
You know? And I think a lot of people, including myself, get so wrapped up in, oh my God, how do I be in this room when people see me like this for so long? How do I evolve and how do I change and how do I just be myself, you know?
Yeah.
And feeling like I have to adapt to every room that I was in.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can also be crippling to your self-identity. When you wake up one way and then you go to one room, you got to be this way, you got to walk into this room, you got to be another way. Like, my whole thing is I am who I am in every room.
Absolutely.
The same way.
Same.
And I'm assigned the same deals in every way, no matter what color skin, who's at the end of the table, because God has already destined for me to win regardless.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I agree.
So I think that it's so important that, you know, people hear these stories and understand that it's not just, a lot of times I think we think it's just us. Like, it's just me, I'm just counted out, or, oh, they're overlooking me. No, girl, they overlook me, they overlook her. But don't worry, like, keep grinding, keep showing up for yourself. They're going to have to see you regardless. What is that one thing that you can be most proud of that you've accomplished?
Oh, man. What could I be most proud of that I've accomplished? Wow. There isn't one thing. Like, there isn't one particular thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm just grateful for it all. Like, I don't have much family. You know, I'm the only person in my family to graduate from college.
Wow.
I put myself through school. And
wow.
I'm the only person in my family that does entertainment. So I'm just proud of it all. Like, I am not the statistic. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I feel really, really good about that. And I was recently in a movie called Imani. It's in theaters and it's streaming on BET+.
Okay.
And I'm the supporting actress in the movie. And it stars an incredible cast. Brittany S. Hall, Chris Lofton, Demetrius Shipp Jr. I mean, just an incredible, like, A-list ensemble cast of African-American creatives. And I'm like, me? I'm in this movie with y'all? Like, you know? And just even seeing myself, like, on screen and just being like, wow, I really manifested this. Like, if you would have asked me 5 years ago about acting, I would have been like, nah, I'm an artist. Like, I'm a song, you know, like, I would have never even thought of that as a dream. But God was like, no, you're going to do that too. You know what I mean? You're going to show people that you can do this too. And I studied and I auditioned and I earned that role, you know, and I'm very, very proud of it. And I think that's something now that I'm just like, as far as things that I've been doing, is just being able to be like fluid, just like water, and just doing utilizing all my gifts and continuously showing people like why I am where I am and who I am, you know?
Yes.
So that's probably like what I'm most proud of. Just that.
I think that, don't just say just that. Like, that's a big thing. I think one thing, when I look at all that I've accomplished in my life, the one thing that I'm most proud of is being a mom.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have a good relationship with my mom growing up, and I always questioned motherhood. Like, I went through one marriage, and that marriage probably didn't last because he wanted children very quickly in our marriage, and I didn't. And I didn't feel like I was ready.
Yeah.
And so now when I look at the relationship that I have with my daughter, even though she's only 5, and the things that we talk about and the bond that we have, I'm just like so proud of that, you know? Because I was always the one that was like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I came from such a, you know, so much trauma that I thought that it's normal to be that way. So when I became a mom, I'm like, okay, it is going to take extreme reconditioning of the mind.
You have to reframe your mind. I'm constantly reframing my mind, unlearning behaviors that I learned growing up, and, you know, reapproaching, you know, different things, you know, finding ways to reapproach stuff differently and just figure out like, okay, this didn't work, why, what's the root of this issue, you know, or this behavior. So I can totally relate to that.
I think one thing we have to do is clap for ourselves more. We always are looking for others to clap, especially in this social media age where everyone is liking and following and sharing.
Don't get me started. Oh my gosh.
Is the analytics, is it viral, is it all of those things, when I am just most proud of being able to clap for my own accomplishments.
Yeah, but you popping online though.
You
popping online.
But okay, I'm popping online. But if you get so deep into it, there are days when I have 5,000 views. There are days when I have 300 like you know what I'm saying? Like there are days when the numbers don't match the output of how hard I work to create this content. But if I just think about in that moment how proud I am for even getting to this moment, I won't even care about.
That's why you gotta do it for yourself. You can't do it for everybody else. Because if you do it for everybody else, you just they're gonna eat you up.
Absolutely. What is that one thing that keeps you up at night? Like, what is that thing that's like, man?
Well, I have my own personal goals, my own personal like bucket list of things, and those things keep me up at night.
And what is it? Just give us one.
I can learn my everything.
Okay.
Well, okay, I'll give you. Okay, so this year, one of my personal goals, or I guess you could say career goals, is I want to write a book. I have my title. I've written a couple of chapters already, and you know what I mean. So that's something that like keeps me up because I'm like, when am I gonna find time to do this, you know, because everything has its season. But for sure, that's something that's like on my career bucket list that definitely keeps me up at night as far as figuring out like when I'm gonna get to, because I feel like I have a story to tell. You know, I have a real story that is truly unique in a sense, you know, and is inspiring for other brown girls, you know, and minority girls and just women in general that I meet. You know, when they get to know me and they talk to me, they're like, wow, like, you know, like this is deep, you know, like a lot of people don't know that like I was in the military for like a short amount of time in my life, right? Right, and so like there's like all these things, and I remember like
you made it through boot camp, and
girl, I was in boot camp and I was singing, and my drill sergeant was like, you shouldn't be here. He was like, you're a singer, like you should like go do music. Like you singing, you get on my nerves singing all day. And I literally got discharged, and that's when I enrolled in music school. Seriously. Like there's so many little things in my life that I feel were like little signs and, you know, just like along the way to just like continue push forward. So even if I were to talk to my younger self, I would have said like, just do it. Like stop being like timid in your ask, timid in your want or your pursuit. Like just go full force in it, right?
You say don't be timid, but what level of insecurity do you feel like most artists or you had when it came to asking or wanting or wanting more in life? Is there anything that you had to literally reframe yourself to be like, I deserve this?
Yeah, I mean, I used to feel that way, especially being a songwriter. When you transition from being from the back, being behind the scenes to being in the front of the spotlight, it's totally different, right? And I used to be like, why is my song good for this person but not good enough for me, right? And then I had to be like, no, you can't think like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you are you. And so until you show them why it works for you, you know what I mean? Like, people, what I've learned about the human psyche is they believe what they see.
Yeah.
And so you could scream at the top of your lungs that you are this or that or whatever, but until you show them, they're not going to really like see it, because nobody can see your vision. Nobody can see what you see in your head. You have to make it reality. And so there was a lot of, I guess you could say, insecurities or timidness, or just kind of like, not being as serious, right, with like my craft in that particular sense. And so now it's a total difference. Like,
wow,
this is it. This is me.
You're like,
yeah, what's up?
Like it or not?
Yeah. Right? So I think that's kind of like.
So for a girl that's watching this interview and that's like, man, I want to get in the music industry, or I have a gift of songwriting and I don't know where to go, or I don't know what not to do, give them some do's and don'ts.
Okay, do show up.
Okay.
That's number one.
Okay.
Do be polite. Be polite, be humble, be nice to everyone you meet, because the way this industry works is the janitor is going to be the CEO in about 7 years.
Yes.
And he going to remember you.
Yep.
He going to remember you if you was not nice to him.
Yep.
So be nice to every single person that you meet. You never know. The intern will be the engineer going to be the producer going to turn into an artist. They're going to win a Grammy, and they're going to remember if you was not nice to them.
Absolutely.
Period. Okay. What's a don't? Don't give up. That's it.
Okay.
It's as simple as that sounds. It's literally the truth. Just don't give up.
How does someone get their song placed?
Oh, girl.
Or
that's a. There's so many different ways.
Okay. But the easy way for a girl, like, say the girl has no connections, right? No resources.
She needs some resources.
Put it online. Is there a website that I go to? Do I go to open mic night?
You can do all of those things.
Okay.
All of those things can lead to you getting the placement. There's that's why there's songs in movies. There's song, you know what I'm saying? There's songs, people hear a TikTok song that wasn't released that goes viral, and then they get a record deal. I mean, there's so many different ways to get your music heard.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So a placement isn't necessarily the end all be all. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's all those type of ways.
Now use every resource.
Use every resource. Yep.
Wow, that is so amazing.
Never underestimate, like, somebody's always watching you. Somebody's always watching you.
Wow. So that's
you
why
can
you have
post
to
something
show
and be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. No, they're watching you.
Yeah.
You have to walk, talk, perform, dress like they watching you.
Like the one person you want to meet is watching you.
Period.
Wow. That is so good. What do you believe your secret recipe is?
My secret recipe is my hustle and my tenacity. That's it. That's my secret hustle. That is my secret recipe. My hustle.
Wow.
My fearlessness.
And do you believe that people need hustle to make it?
Absolutely.
You don't think they can just be extremely talented?
You ain't never heard that hard work beats talent when talent won't work?
For sure.
That is a very true saying.
For sure.
You look up and that person that you thought was behind you in this race, they neck and neck with you because they worked harder. You could be the most talented person and be lazy or ungrateful or, entitled, right? Have an entitlement kind of thing and miss out because you just didn't go that extra mile.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so I got a game that I want to play.
A game?
Okay,
let's do it.
It's called Quick Bake, and you got to answer quick.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, you can't be like, oh no, I don't want to hurt people's feelings.
Oh, see, you got to do.
No, it's a nice game. It's not mean.
It's not mean.
No,
sure.
I would never have a
Miss
mean
Skittles
game.
girl. Okay.
I would never have a mean game. Okay, money or peace?
Money.
Really?
Girl, I need some money. I want some money. I'm gonna be the most wealthiest and happiest bad chick ever. Yes, give it to all to me. They say money can buy happiness.
Okay, Paris or Dubai?
Paris.
Drake or Future?
Drake. Give me Drake. Give me Toronto. Give me the Certified Lover Boy. Give him to me.
Music or poetry?
Music.
Alicia Keys or Beyonce?
Beyonce.
Okay.
Because Alicia just sitting there. Beyonce be dancing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I need the whole thing.
Okay,
So I love her, but...
Okay, skincare or beat face?
Oh, beat face. Yeah, beat face. Glam. When in doubt, glam it up. You're never overdressed. You can never be overdressed. You can be underdressed.
Okay.
But I've never seen somebody walk in looking fabulous and people be like, oh no, she's too inappropriate. No, she look good in here.
Okay.
So, oh yes, absolutely glam.
Okay, because I was going to say loungewear or dress up.
For me?
Yes.
Loungewear.
Not just that, beat face, show up. Oh, but for me,
if my hair is done and I got a beat face, I'll be in some pajamas.
Okay.
I'll be in a t-shirt and some jeans with a beat face, yes.
Okay, so fly private or first class?
Private.
Okay. Husband or free spirit?
At this point in my life, we free-spirited it right now. Because them husbands, they free-spirited too. So I don't know. These husbands out here is built different. They not like my daddy. They not like my daddy or my granddaddy.
You might have
they
to
out
go
here.
to the South. Like I know a man from the South. He is a Southern gentleman. But yeah, these men ain't made the same. I'm like, God, you making some new.
I'm like, Mattel, they not made Fisher Price. I don't know. They not made the same. The materials is not the same.
Oh my God.
No, I'm free. I'm free. I'm free spirited right now. I ain't got no kids. I ain't got no man.
Okay.
It's just me and this music. That's
kids or no kids?
Kids, I guess. I don't know. I don't even have a dog. I don't even have a plant.
Oh
I'm gonna hold you. I don't know. I mean, I feel like for me, it's always been like I've always been in pursuit of my career, and I've had this conversation with a number of my friends, and it's crazy because we kind of often, as African American women pursuing our career, we gotta like kind of choose sometimes, right? Like something suffers
for sure.
And so if you end up being lucky enough to have both, then great, you know. For me, I've thought about it more and more as I've gotten a little bit older, but I'm not like, I have so many goals that I want to accomplish. I'm not really like in a rush for anything. I'm just kind of like, I don't need the extra headache.
Yeah, let me be my best self right now.
Let me be my best self. Yeah.
Absolutely. Take your time, because kids are
I'm young, so like I have time. Like I'm not like old. You know what I'm saying?
Take your time. Okay?
Yeah, I'm
even
chilling.
the oldies are still
I don't know. Give me a dog or something. Give me a little cute little chocolate poodle or something. Let me practice. I don't know.
Okay, so date a basketball player or date an artist?
I've done both, honey. Neither.
Neither? Okay. Is it giving lawyer? Is it giving...
At this point, it's giving somebody on the moon. I don't know. Somebody new. Somebody not from Earth. I don't know. Everybody... No, I'm just kidding. I sound so like... No. If I had to choose, you said artist or athlete?
Yeah.
Athlete.
Why?
Because then we have something to talk about. He can tell me about the things. He can teach me some things. I can teach him some things.
Okay.
You know, opposites attract.
Okay. I love that. This was good. Where can they find you? Where can they listen to your new album?
Ghetto Feng Shui is out everywhere. Spotify, Apple, all that great stuff, right? YouTube. I have a brand new video that's dropping called Self-Care music video.
I love that.
And then, Brittany B Music is my Instagram and all my socials. And thank you so much for having me. You're amazing.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
If you could work with one person in the world, who would it be?
Oh my God, I was just thinking about this the other day. Okay, so I want to work with Frank Ocean. I need him to come on out of hiding. I want to work with Frank Ocean. I think he's incredible. And there was somebody else I was just talking about, this producer. I'm gonna leave it at Frank Ocean right now. But Frank Ocean, I think, is Yeah, I think
He's super talented.
He's super duper talented.
So I was just talking about this with one of, I was just talking about
Pharrell. There we go.
Oh my God.
I've never met Pharrell.
I met Pharrell. He's so nice.
Yeah, I've never met him.
I feel like artists, right, are very talented artists. They have the sound, they have the look, but a lot of us get into a space where we didn't realize that our gift would put us in a place where people look at us in a different light, right? So social anxiety kicks in, kicks in, and you now have to live your life in front of an audience, whereas you really just wanted them to see your gift. Like, I think that more people need to talk about that, you know? A lot of people look at the artists like Frank Ocean or Summer Walker, and they're like, they're supposed to be stars. Like, why are they being socially awkward? It's like, no, I just have a gift. I have a gift of music. I have a gift of song, you know? And obviously, because you guys love my gift, it forces me to be famous, but that's not necessarily what I wanted. Like, I didn't want the price of fame for you guys to be able to hear and see my gift.
Yeah.
Do you think that is the case?
I do. I think as we become more self-aware, we get a little bit more anxiety at times, or just we become more self-aware of our surroundings, the energies, you know, the frequencies. Like, I'm very big on that now. So a lot of times for me, even with just like creating with certain people, I'm just very like cognizant of that person's energy.
Yeah.
You know, how I feel when I'm with them, right? And just all of their energy and everything. And I feel like being in the spotlight, you're thrust into meeting and being around so much.
Yeah.
So it can take a toll on you.
Yeah.
You know, and that's okay. We're human.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you think about Kanye?
I love him.
What do you think about what he's going through now publicly?
I think that people go through things.
Yeah.
And I have the utmost respect for him. I don't have anything negative to say about Kanye. I think he's an incredible creative, and because he is uber famous, right? Well known and well respected still, right, in his own regard. He's going through what a lot of people go through. Yeah. Just at a bigger capacity. You know what I'm saying? So,
I really feel compassion for him because I lost my mom, you know? And when I lost my mom, even though we didn't have that good relationship, it could take you out mentally to think like, oh, like, you know, and it's just the weirdest moments. Like, I'm in the kitchen and I'm cooking and I'm like, oh, let me call my mom for the, oh, I can't. Like, you know, it's those little moments. Or, oh, I'm parenting and I'm like, oh, my mom said this would happen. Let me call her and tell her, you know. So I think that with it happening to him, I think that we don't talk about mental health with celebrities. We don't understand what they go through and like the immense amount of trauma they face every single day in their daily lives, and they're living their lives in front of millions of people that have to critique them, you know? Like, imagine the average person couldn't wake up and have paparazzi in your face and have the whole entire world, like every country, talking about your every single move. So I feel a little bit of compassion when it comes to that, because I don't think that we are allowing Kanye or looking at it from a mental health perspective. Like, is Kanye okay?
I mean, I can't speak on his mental health. I don't know if there's anything necessarily medically, you know, wrong with this man. I don't know, but I only look at him as a creative and the genius that he is, and I love. He's inspired me so much. All of his albums, all of his music, and that's what I focus on. That's the Kanye that I see.
Yeah, same here. I think we got to be a little bit more compassionate on our artists that are living their lives for, you know, using. We get inspired by them, but we have no idea what they go through.
I have no idea. I don't know what conversations have transpired behind closed doors. And you know what I do know about the industry is that, you know, social media, everything is perception. Perception can be deemed as reality. The narrative can be swayed. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't have a firsthand account of anybody else's lives, so I can't. You know, I I read it, I see it, I'm aware, but because I have a little bit more knowledge of how things work behind the scenes, I don't necessarily believe everything that I see.
Yeah,
you know?
I love that though, and I think more people need to know that. Is that it's just so much more. It's so.
You don't know what's a paid ad.
Yeah,
it's so many paid posts and paid ads and fake narratives and fake dating and just it's so much stuff that goes on that like. Yeah, I can't believe it.
Can't believe it till you see it. Brittany, this was amazing. Y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of The Secret Recipe. Absolutely. I learned so much about you. Thank you for sitting on my couch. And thank you for inspiring my audience. And I'm about to go listen to the album.
Yes, get a punk swag. I'm
about to get my self-care on.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Until next time, guys.